We have no hearings this evening. Our next item is deferred business item 16A, resolutions on illegal immigration. Please be advised that correspondence and postcards were received regarding this item and reflects 1 in support and 843 in opposition. Additionally, phone calls were received by the City Clerk's office reflecting 101 in support and 1 in opposition of this item.
Councilmember Couch.
Thank you, Mayor. I know it's thought that it would be best if we spoke first before the public spoke, but I would prefer to allow the public to speak because they've come here and some of them may not be able to stay the entire time. So I'll hold my comments until they've spoken. Thank you.
Would you like that to be a motion for council consideration to change our procedure?
If you'd like me to move that, I would.
Councilmember Benham.
Thank you, Mayor. I would be willing to go along with that. I believe that the thought of having the resolutions put forth before the public statements was so we could be sure that the members of the public do understand what the resolutions are that are on the table. And I wondered if Councilmember Couch's motion might include the opportunity for perhaps the city attorney to read the resolution so that the public has the full understanding of what the various proposals are.
Councilmember Couch.
Why don't I withdraw my motion and allow another motion to be made that might be more acceptable?
Please proceed, Councilmember Benham. The city attorney, do you have anything to offer on this?
Mayor Hall, members of the council, I'm not sure that there's a question pending in front of me. If the council is willing to do what you historically do, and that is hear the public comment, I believe we can just go ahead and begin with the public comment cards. I think the city clerk has received quite a number.
So then your suggestion is we proceed with public comment at this time?
Yes, sir.
Madam Clerk, please read the first public statement. However, we have to talk about rules here a little bit, okay? We have 43 speaker cards, and presently we have 15 minutes to hear from 43 speakers. Now, if the council determines at the end of the first 15 minutes that they would like to engage another 15 minutes of public speakers, then we will take those public statements under the second set of 15 minutes. I have to tell you and remind you all, because a number of you were here the last time we had this discussion, that I don't want to have to remind everyone that I don't allow for applause in the chambers. I don't allow for catcalls. I don't allow for disrespect. We're here on a very vital issue to not only the members in the chamber, but the city council. And I would hope that you will respect all of the speakers. You will respect the city council members when they make their public statements, so that we can have a organized discussion of the immigration issues and resolutions. Each person will be allowed 3 minutes. And if I'm to allow as many people as possible to speak, that means that each person can only speak 3 minutes. I don't want to have to go up against what I did the last time, where people took 5 and 6 minutes for their speak opportunity. I want everyone to be heard today, pro or con, but I can only allow 3 minutes per speaker. Reminding you again that I have 43 speaker cards on this item. Madam Clerk, please call the first public speaker.
Mayor Hall, if I may just interject, I think it may be prudent at this time to entertain a motion from the council member to extend the time if the council is willing, so the public then would know if they have 15 minutes or if they have 30 minutes in which to gauge their comments.
Councilmember Benham.
Thank you, Mayor. I would move for that extension.
You have a motion. Please cast your votes.
Motion is unanimously approved.
I want to ask all of you another important, I want to make another important comment to all of you that are going to speak. We are going to read the 5 speakers at each interval. So we'll read 1 through 5 in the names. I'd like for you to all line up in the aisleways so that we can move rapidly through the speakers. When the first set of 5 is down, we'll read the second set of 5 and the third set of 5, and whatever sets we need to conclude the public statement portion, we're going to allow you to do that, but you're going to have to line up so we can move this process more quickly for everyone's benefit. Madam Clerk, please call the first public speaker.
In order to abide by the mayor's instructions, the first 5 names that I'm going to call this evening: Dr. Jess Nieto, Karen Ash, Dr. Ray Gonzalez, Linda McKay, and Rudy Salas. Mayor and Council, before Dr. Nieto starts, would you want me to set the clock just for 30 minutes and we'll let them take their time? Is that agreeable? Thank you.
Good evening. Please identify yourself and proceed.
I am Jess Nieto, Executive Director of Heritage of America, and I've been a participant with the Social Justice Task Force. It's come to our attention that the 2 resolutions proposed by Councilman Couch have in actuality been a concerted or calculated effort on his part to gain political leverage and attention by conservatives in his plans to run for the Board of Supervisors seat to be vacated upon the anticipated retirement of Mr. Ray Watson in District 4. There has been speculation by a number of political observers of this strategy, but now we know that this was an orchestrated gesture on his part. By scapegoating and blaming the immigrant and undocumented community for the so-called perceived social ills of our society, Mr. Couch has regrettably stooped to a Pete Wilson-type political strategy that ultimately backfired on Republicans. We oppose this action, and we are disappointed for the reasons for which it has been done. It is a divisive and polarizing gesture. I urge the Council to make this vote one that reflects a moral conscience and not a political grandstand, and to reject these 2 resolutions. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, please call the next public